Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
And you guys, joining us now, we have Kimberley Strassel with the Wall Street Journal, wrote a blockbuster column, talking about the messaging from President Trump. I think Mondani could certainly use messaging. That's a whole different story. Kim Strassel, great to have you back on, and explain, what you say, because it's important. You look at the numbers on the polls.
Yeah, it's always wonderful to be here, and I think the message is just very clear that you look at what Donald Trump did last year when he came into the office on immigration, in particular border security. Total home run. Americans were thrilled, of all parties, all persuasions. It's what they wanted to see. But this is now taken over the narrative, especially over the last month, what was going on in Minneapolis, and moved the administration much more into an area where people are a little less certain about how they feel about it. It's gotten a little out of control, where I use the example that Saturday Night Live skit, the cowbell skit. I need more cowbell. And he's got these advisors around him that are just saying more on immigration. Americans want to hear about the economy. They're happy about the border, but they want to hear more about the rest of the issues that are going on for them. And the Republicans have got to get that through their heads.
Judge Weinberg.
Kim, good to talk to you again. The fact of the matter is, and you know this, elections are generally won not on foreign policy issues, which he's been very invested in, which are important, but on the economic issues, about whether they're doing well in their quality of life. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely, Judge. I could not agree more. And this is the problem, is you look at these polls, you drill down into them. And again, you know, if you're just talking about the base too, the base is happy with the broad immigration policy, but even the base feels as though this administration is not talking enough, not focused enough on their day-to-day concerns, which are paying their bills, affordability, inflation, the ability to buy a house. And just to give an example of how this has squeezed things out, you know, a couple of weeks ago, and nobody paid any attention to this, the House passed this really wonderful bill that is going to lower costs significantly for people who buy manufactured homes. If you don't know about this world, this has become like a huge new area for many lower income, middle income homeowners. Is they buy this house, it's already made, it gets delivered onto a site. It's an extraordinary thing, much more cost effective, a great way to get into the American dream. Great bill out of the House. Nobody talked about it because we were too busy talking about Minneapolis.
So how does he break through? And what do you suggest? You know, it's interesting, Kim. One of the things he's been saying of late, and also Tom Homan, we were talking about this at the top of the show with Bill O'Reilly, his messaging has now been making it clear, at least on the immigration front, his focus is to go after the criminals, that we have hundreds of thousands of criminals in this country. Go after that. His message is also, look, he appointed a new Federal Reserve chairman. So I see him always immigration and economy.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I think the problem is that there are people around him that have allowed this to get out of control. When you listen to Donald Trump, he always talks about that mission of going after the criminals. And in fact, if you listen to him a couple of times, he's actually expressed a little bit of displeasure with some of the actions that people underneath him were taking. Like, for instance, when some of this spilled over into raids at certain businesses and factories, talking about this with regards to workers for farmers, et cetera, he was less happy about that direction. And so I think he's already doing what he needs to do, which is to get a new spokesman, the person who's out in charge every day, as Tom Homan in Minneapolis, really doubling down on that very targeted enforcement priority of getting the super bad guys off the streets and out of the country. But I think he's going to have to sideline a little those who, like I said, they think immigration is the cowbell that everyone needs a whole lot more of all the time. And I agree with you guys. It's got to be more of the economy. And I think that's what Trump wants, too.
Well, Kimberley, thank you so much for coming on. And, we got 9 minutes left of the show and 2 more guests we have to do.
You got to come back on, Kim. We love you.
No. Well, that's why your show's great. You keep things moving. So
yeah, we don't fool around here, Kim. This is top notch.
All right.
Thank you, my friend.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.